Welcome back to the King of the Course series, where you guys, the viewers, send in your 24 scale builds. I run them on the indoor course competition style, and the top 3 trucks in each class are going to take home some prizes. Today we've got an awesome SCX24 Bronco from David in Indiana. First impressions of this build, this thing looks wicked. When I opened up the case that it came in, all I saw was the top of it. So it looked just like a regular Bronco hardbody. Then I pulled it out of the case and saw what he has got going on here. There is a lot of performance features in this thing. It means business. If you can't tell from the side profile, this thing is heavily modified. He has put some premium parts into this thing. Let's dive into this thing. So David sent over the build list with the truck itself. Let's take a look. Started life as an SCX24 Bronco. He has since overhauled pretty much everything on it. The original body has been trimmed significantly. I've never seen a Bronco body cut up like this. He's done this in a very clean way. It's tough to cut these hard bodies and have them look decent. He's done a great job here. It's got kind of these nice sweeping lines all around it. Even the front, he's trimmed the back as well. So very cool looking take on the hard body here to make room for these big tires and the slammed stance of this chassis. Starting with the wheels and tires, so it's sitting on these 1.0 Endura brass beadlock wheels. Thing's got a lot of weight down low on it. I can feel it just in the hand. Wrapped around those wheels are the Little Guy Racing Parts 63 millimeter black label tires. These have the yellow Endura inserts in them, the silicone inserts. He has cut them to modify them as well. They've got a very nice feel to them. Those wheels and tires are mated to the Mofo X15 nylon axles. I haven't seen many of the X15s in this competition. I really like these axles. These things are beefy. He's got the brass upgrades on here as well. I can see we've got the brass C-hubs. We've got the brass knuckles. Let's take the body off. It is on a magnet mount, very clean. Underneath here, we've got the Mazz Designs cheat code, the V3 cheat code. This thing is a weapon. I've got a couple of cheat codes, the V2s and the V3, just like this, and this thing performs exceptionally well. For suspension, he's running the Endura 40 millimeter big bore shocks. He's taken the springs out. He does have bands on all 4 shocks. They're tough to see. He's got very small rubber bands at each shock to help control the drop from these suspension. For a powertrain, we've got the FuriTech Cedar brushless in-runner motor, probably my favorite motor from FuriTech. Powering that is the Python Pro over here on the driver's side slider. There's an aluminum transmission case with metal Endura transmission gears inside of it. Underneath, metal drive shafts as well. Mazz Designs linkage underneath here. We've got the double bend in the back. This is the C-bolt setup, so C10 front linkage, deadbolt rear, the optimum setup for the SCX24 in my opinion. He's also got kind of a custom slider here for the rear diff. And up front, we've got a Reefs 99 micro brass servo. This is going to add to the weight up front as well. Also give us some tremendous steering power. This thing is built. All right, that's it for the build. Let's see what we got for shout outs here. So David wants to give a shout out to Outlaw RC Speedway. They're on Facebook. Also Crawler Canyon RC Park as well on Facebook. Those are his local crawling spots he'd like to shout out. Also shout out to Colin Greason for all the help in my garage. Says he's 13 and my brother-in-law, and he has some of his own builds and also loves to crawl. Very cool. All right, I am psyched to run this thing. I think this is going to be a line slayer for sure. So let's hit the performance test first. We'll do the corner scales, check out the weight distribution. Then we'll hit the setup table, and then we're going to hit the course to see how this thing does. On the 4 corner scales, we got 56% front, 44% rear, perfect 50-50 bias left to right. This is with the battery inside. Total weight, 652 grams. And here we are on the setup table. We'll start with the RTI. See what we got for flex on this thing. Quite a bit. Let's say 20 on the RTI. All right, now the side hill. 40. 45. 50. 55. 56 on the side hill. Now the vertical. 40. 50. 55. 60. 65. 68 on the vertical. All right, here we are on the course. Look at this thing. Been running it a little bit here, just getting some practice in. Super, super smooth. This thing is a weapon. Getting hung up a little bit on articulation alley. This thing has got a wicked angled skid on it. He's got the double bend links in the rear. It still gets hung up a tiny bit in the front of the skid. Couple of first impressions. The power output, super, super smooth. There, I'm hung up there. I don't know what. Oof. Super smooth. I'm running this on 2S, but it is silky, silky smooth. I don't know if he's got the 50% underdrive gears that come in the X15 axles. I'm not sure. I didn't see in the build sheet if he changed the gears or not. Struggling a little bit on the Canyon here to find traction. There we go. I'm thinking he's changed out the gears because it still has quite a bit of wheel speed, especially just on 2S. That 50% underdrive, it makes them pretty slow, but this thing doesn't feel slow by any means. It's got a lot of punch. I love the look of it. It looks so good with the body cut up the way it is. The steering is also violently strong out of that 99 micro. Struggling here a lot more than I thought. I thought this thing would just crush the whole course, but this is going to be more of a challenge than I thought. I didn't test the drag brake either. It seems to have a bit of a roll in reverse. When I go in reverse, it's got a real I don't know how to explain it, but it kind of it's got almost like a delay. There we go, maybe. Finding grip over there on the left. Up we go. Down the chute. Super composed. Look at that thing. It's flat as a pancake going across the chute. And going down as well. Super tight through there. And up Hell's Gate. Oh man, not getting the traction I was expecting with this thing. There we go, keep the momentum up. Even on top of the shelf there, I'm just not, there we go. I'm looking for that bite. Up we go. Okay, really thought this was going to be a walk in the park. It's going to be a little more challenging than I thought. This thing is super, super capable. But we still got our work cut out for us. It seemed to be struggling a little bit when we get onto Mini Moab. I think it's going to flatten the rest of it, but there are going to be some challenges for sure. We'll get through here, head up the canyon, and then we'll get geared up for the test runs. Man, gripping like mad there for sure. Nice. All right, run number 2. Had a good first run. Let's see if we can build upon it here. Learning this rig as I go more and more. Does really good on this first section. These Little Guy Racing Parts tires, they seem to grip really well on the canyon here. Get through this first. Oh yes, nice and clean, cool. Get through that first bonus gate. So the tires and everything seemed to work really well on this first section. We get into a little bit of trouble on the challenge lines on Mini Moabs, particularly the escalator, which has been a challenge for virtually every build in this series. Clean through that gate too. We'll head into our second bonus gate here. You see those things sticking right where I plant them. Look at that, holy cow. Just so fluid through that section. I've yet to find the right way to get through here. Oh, jeez, I almost hit that pin. Creep it, yeah, oh gosh, just clearing that one too. Get squared up for the descent down the chute. So flat and composed through there. Almost overshot that. Nice, get through there clean. Get a good lineup for Hell's Gate. Just keep the speed up, keep the momentum up, that's the key there. When you get clean, yes. There we go, get squared away here. Super confident in this thing on the declines. It is just so composed. Go through Articulation Alley, which it looks amazing in. This is gonna be a good run. We're gonna head up the canyon one last time. Super clean through there. 324. What a great build here by David. Man, this Bronco is a weapon. When he first told me he was sending the SCX24 Bronco, was not expecting it to look the way that it did when I pulled it out of the box. He's got this thing dialed, and the way that he's trimmed the hard body gives it a super cool look. It also performed extremely well on the indoor course, flattening almost all of the lines, putting up some insane numbers on the course runs. We had a little bit of trouble on Mini Moab, especially on the escalator, struggling to find traction there, which ultimately hurt us as far as a timing perspective go. We were still able to nail some perfect runs, but that slowed us down. Normally time isn't a huge factor, but in this case it is, because David's truck tied for first place. We've now got a three-way tie at a score of -133, including David's Bronco here. So the tiebreaker in this instance comes down to the timing, and David's Bronco, I think by virtue of those Mini Moab lines, ended up in third place. Still a super impressive showing from this truck, and David's done a great job with the build. So guys, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. What do you think of this Bronco here from David and the competition thus far? And as always, I appreciate you guys. Thanks so much for watching. Please like and subscribe if you haven't done so, and I'll see you in the next video.